Welcome. I was just kind of trying to check my lights real quick. I'd like to welcome you this morning to my Facebook Live. This is Kelly A.G. I'm from Michigan up north and with Stamp with Kelly. I'm using my husband's phone again, and I'm just going to see if I can share this to my page or to my group page. So you just give me a second here. How's everyone doing this morning? Plus it'll give people a minute to jump on, because sometimes it doesn't always come up that I'm live. So let's see. So okay, almost there. So if you're joining me this morning, say hello, let me know you're here. Okay, there we go. So now hopefully I can see your comments and everything. So all right, so how's everyone doing? I hope you're all good. There are a few things going on at Stamping Up, some bundle savings and specials, but I'm going to save that till the end. I don't know, I'm kind of a person to get to the point and not chit chat too long, okay? But hopefully, you know, you're joining and not too late, or you can always watch the replay. So like I said, let me know that you're here by saying good morning or hello. Okay, today what we're going to be working with is the Slim Sayings bundle. And what I really like about this is the big fonts, okay? But as you'll see with my cards, I kind of changed things around a little bit with the sayings for the inside. So I was just going to see here, okay. All right. Okay. And so we got the sayings, and then we got the dies to go with it, which are big. And this bundle is a little more expensive, but it's worth it. I mean, I think just with this, I love how, you know, the happy birthday, but I think it's more for the slimline cards, but you don't have to use it for that. So, okay, and then it's got two of the edge die things, so you can use these for different things, okay? But I did do a card that I'm using this one for, so I'll show you how to use that. And then the other thing that I guess I didn't see for a while, and I don't know, I didn't look that close, but are our slimline envelopes, which, you know, I showed you last week. I posted how to make one, but these are really nice. I mean, you can't go wrong. I think you get 15 of them for $10. So, you know, you really just can't go wrong with them. I think they're nice, and you can decorate the outside and everything. Okay, so along with this, real quick, I am using the Layered Circle Framelits. I'm using the flower tulips because I wanted to use this tulip. And then I decided, because of the sayings, I gotta set this so I can get it. The sayings in here, I wasn't really like, you know, when you do happy birthday, sometimes I put, you know, you are really fabulous, but I kind of wanted to do something else inside. So I chose a grandkid set, and I love it. They got such cute little things in there. So those are what I'm using besides the ribbons and the other things, but we'll kind of go over that. All right, I gotta move my coffee. So yeah, I'm glad you're here. So like I said, say hello. I know sometimes I don't really, let's see. I like to use my computer, but it's kind of big and in the way, so my husband's phone works just fine. But anywho, the 3 cards that we're going to be doing today is, this one is a happy birthday one, and I kind of think that I don't want to say it's more of a guy's card. It doesn't have to be, because you can change the silver and your colors. So, and then see inside it says happy for you. I'm going to change that today when we work on that. The other one is happy for you, and you could do like a congratulations, you know, whatever. I think on the sayings that come in this set there is a congrats to the graduate. So, you know, that'd be nice. Or you could change this out, but just to kind of give you the idea. All right. And then the third one we're going to be doing is a actual money holder or gift card holder. So I'll show you how to do that, and then we'll be using that 1 die. And I got a few tips for that. So, all right, we will start with our first card. And then just so you know, if you order before Saturday the 5th at midnight, if you order $35 or more, the product, you know, before shipping and handling, I will actually send you the stuff to make these 3 cards. Of course, you'll have to use your own sentiments, but, you know, kind of everything else is there. I just can't stamp the images, okay? So, let's start with this. I'm going to just move that up. And I got a few little pointers as we go along. So our basic black is what I'm using in real red, and then the silver, the specialty foil. So this is 8.5 by 7, and I scored it right down the middle at 3.5. So yep, 8.5 on the 7-inch side. I scored it in half. Okay, so your card will measure 3.5 by 8.5. Hi Donna, thanks for joining me this morning. And it's cold morning, but I think it's going to be a nice day, so let's hope. The birds were just a chirping outside. So, okay, I got a piece of real red that is 8.25 by actually I made this a little bit longer, so it's 8 3/8 by 3 3/8. So instead of 8.25 and 3.25, I went up to like the next like 2 lines above it, so it's 3/8. Okay, because I wanted it a little bit bigger to fit. If you see in my card, I actually have a little border of the red, and I cut this out just to kind of show you. But what I found with using this, because I used it last week too, but what I found is to get this, and I gotta get my dies here. Hang on a minute. To get this cut out nice with this little border, I found to cut this paper a good 8.5 by 3.5, and then it'll give you that. Okay, so just to kind of show you, you can kind of see it better here, because otherwise if you cut it right to size, sometimes you're like, I was cutting this part off or even that line. Okay, so that's one thing that I kind of learned using this. So I'm going to just set this aside. So I'm going to go ahead, I have the silver, this specialty paper, and I didn't run this through yet, and I got my cut and emboss machine on the side because I don't want to, I'll probably still shake the table, but I'm going to go ahead and run this through just to show you. And it pretty much takes up, you know, you got your whole plate there, so pretty much you gotta make sure. And if you have to, sometimes, like what I'll do is run it through, and if I see that I didn't get one end good to cut it, I took and ran it through again just on that end, if that makes sense. I'll show you. Oh my goodness, this is hard to crank, so hopefully I'm not shaking the table. There we go. All right, just to kind of show you here. So like say it all ran through it. Say this side didn't run through. I would just set this a little further back, put my plate on it, and run it through again. Makes it kind of easy. And I actually thought if you centered this correctly, this would make an awesome frame for scrapbooking or on a card. So you can always save that. And then I'm going to just pop these out because I'm going to use a couple of these. Some people save all these. I don't have room to save all of them. But I'm going to just kind of, got my pick two here. I'm just going to kind of pick some of this out. I suppose if you really wanted to, for a kid's card, you could almost put that down, but you have this, so I don't know why you'd want to. Okay. Hopefully everyone got everything they wanted from Celebration this year. It seemed like it kind of went fast. So I guess I've used this quite a bit, so I need to poke these out. But most of the time this comes out pretty easy with my paper, a little bit better than the foil. One of the things I was going to tell you at the end is about our bundle savings. There are some bundles that are marked down. I haven't really looked at it that close, so I'm not sure. I know the little cut and emboss machine is 20% off, I believe. And then, oops, everything's getting caught. Just a second. Just try to clean up some of this. So I am, like I said, going to save some of this. So, but with the bundle savings, I didn't look at the prices. I printed out a sheet. So what I'm going to do is just put some of these aside, and I saved some of these end pieces. So, and the rest I'm just going to put in the trash can. So I think that's probably enough. Save one more, but really you could save all them and use it on a card. You could put this down and not glue it down, but just fill these going down if you really wanted to. You could do a lot of things. You could snip like one of these lines and just put one of the lines down on the card, okay? But I'm not sure with the savings if it's actually like almost 30% off, because if they're still offering the this like the 10% savings and then get another 20% off. So okay, but the other thing I was going to show you, and I couldn't find my little sponges because last week I just glued this down, but if you have your little the sponges that you can cut up, which we don't sell anymore, but if you put glue like on a block or your little your little adhesive thing so you don't, you know, get everything all sticky, you can actually dab that glue on there and you won't have a lot of it sticking all over. But I couldn't find my my sponges, so I'm just going to gently put a little glue here, and hopefully not too much. I can tell on the one thing I glued, I got kind of glue squirting all over. I was getting kind of a little carried away. And then just a little bit on the edges. So if you have the fine tip glue too, that would work. And like I said, with the adhesive sheets, I just think it would be too hard because this is so delicate that either you would tear it by trying to pull it off, or once you put it down, if it's not even, you have no wiggle room. Okay, so I'm going to kind of center this, and if you have to add a little glue after, you can. I just want a little outline. I haven't mailed any of the slimline cards yet. I wonder how much it is to mail them. I went to mail a little package yesterday, and kind of shocking. So, okay, what I did is I popped all of these up. I don't know if you can see that. These are popped up. The only one I put down was this one. I glued that down, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can put these randomly, it doesn't matter. Also, I did already cut this out. I don't know how good of a job I did cutting it out, but I embossed this with the stamping emboss powder, the silver on black. I just love how that kind of popped. So, and I think I'm actually going to put that on so I know where to put the rest of my little things on here. So let's see, is that going to be too big? Yeah, that should be good. And then the other thing that Stampin' Up! Is doing, which I think is awesome, I haven't ordered a lot of them, but they are doing a lot more kits. So it's not the paper pumpkin kits, but it's just other kits. Some are the past paper pumpkin kits, but what's nice is, like, sometimes we go on retreats, and so if I kind of get tired of doing the same thing, I like to have some kits to take along. Or if you're just beginning and you don't have a lot of stuff, the kits are great. So you can always check that out on my my shopping page or my website, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I may put these in the same area. We'll see. But I'm just putting a one-dimensional on the back of this. So we're just kind of... And I thought for a guy, I wasn't sure about the ribbon, but I wanted something on there. And the only other ribbon I had that is with the black, I guess I could have used the red, but I think I tried it and it was almost a little too much. But I wanted just a little bit on there, so I used the the gingham ribbon. I was gonna say, gosh, I'm lost for words again. That happens. I got a couple different ribbons here, and I didn't really bring everything out to leave it out, so there. So I just put a little thing of the gingham ribbon on there, but you don't have to. But I just thought it kind of softened it just a little bit. I didn't really think you needed any of the embellishments, so I'm just going to add that with my glue dots. And normally I would put my thing on, but I'm using glue, so it doesn't really matter. I can add my ribbon. I sorted through my stuff from my cards and whatever, my supplies, but I have all my adhesives in one area now, so I'm happy. I can find things better. Sometimes you got to do that. And then once I go to make a card, then everything's all messed up again. So, but I love how sharp that looks. Just a little glue on there. So I don't have grandkids yet, but soon in July. We're expecting a little granddaughter. I can't wait. Okay, so there's that. I'm just going to do the center. So what I thought would be kind of funny, it says, to an amazing grandson, and then it says, we must be related. So I am going to put that inside, or you could do you are fabulous, and then you also could stamp, we must be related, because I just think that's kind of funny. I don't know why, but what I'm going to do, thought it was cute. And I could do, the other one says to an extraordinary granddaughter. But I think this is more, to me, looks more like for a grandson or son or whatever. Okay, so we have that. I'm just going to put that over there. And what I'm going to do is stamp this. Do I want that there? Yeah. Well, maybe, I don't know. It'll be good there. Okay. I should have stamped that up a little higher, but that's all right. It'll work. Okay, so we'll put this inside. See, this card really isn't time consuming, because I think the biggest thing is cutting that out. The rest of it's pretty easy. Okay. I like the stamp sets that it'll say, like, you know, the happy birthday, then it's got a couple different sayings for the inside. So what do you guys think? Do you like this card? I love the colors. I love the silver and the black and the red. So, all right. So that's our first slimline card. I'm just going to set that there. Now our second one, you know, it says happy for you. You could change that out. But what I was trying to do, and I tried several of these, I was using the designer paper for the background, and then I wanted to use the color, you know, over top of it. Because I think if you did it the opposite way, you wouldn't see the designer paper very well. So, okay, let me just grab that. And what I had to change is because I was running out of basic gray, I changed it to the fresh freesia for the background instead of the basic gray. So this was cut the same way. Yeah, Donna, I forget, do you have, you got, I know, granddaughters, but do you have a grandson too? I'm not sure. It's hard to remember everyone's. Okay. But that would be perfect, or for your son, you could change it up a little bit. So what I did is, so I did my basic gray, and this is the 3 5/8 by 8, and I wrote down 8 1/4, but I think it's 8 3/8. Yep, I did that just a little bit bigger. And then the designer paper, I want to say it's from the Home and Heart designer paper. I'm not 100% sure, but that is cut at 8 1/2. I can always make sure if you're interested, I can look it up for sure to make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. And then I ran this through kind of the same way, and then I'll have just that little bit of border. So I'm going to go ahead and layer that. This card was pretty simple, so I took and cut a lot of stuff out already. And if you want to know sizes, or like, the other thing is, you know, I'm not one to sit and chit chat forever before I start doing my cards, because I'm a little more efficient, I guess. I don't know. I don't got time for all that. But, if there's something you want to know, like how to emboss or something, just shoot me a, you know, message, and I'll do that. Because sometimes I think just because, you know, I think everyone knows how to do it, sometimes it's good for either a refresher or just to see for sure. So we'll do the same thing. So see, if I had that sponge, I would be just sponging that on all over, and then you wouldn't have tons of glue, or, you know, you'd make sure that you're getting, you know, quite a bit of the spots. I'm just trying to wipe some of that up. I have a fine tip glue. I guess I haven't found that yet. But I don't use it a whole lot. Sometimes it gets clogged up. I do like it when I know that when I had it, I was using it. But you have to put the cap on right away. And I don't know, if your eyes aren't the best, I think that's the hardest part, is putting that cap on. But I have been looking I know on Amazon, and I shouldn't be saying this, but I think it's a good thing, is they have these little fine tip bottles that you can get, and I think putting that Tombow glue in there would be great, because I know other people, when they're done with their fine tip glue, they had put the Tombow in it and said it works great. So I might have to get myself one of those bottles for putting this fine stuff on. But really, if you have the sponge and dab it on, it's perfect. Okay, so let's add this to our base. And if you got any other tips or anything, just put them in the comments, share them. That's what crafting's all about. Okay. So we're putting that on. I could have left a little bit more of the gray here. I didn't get that nice and even, but it'll work. So what I did too is I had cut out, I used a small daisy punch in the fresh freesia paper. I know, I swear I'd kill that word, but okay, I can't even get my little flower up here. And then I used the punch last week. I can't remember what that is, bows and something punch, but I used that as well. And then I brought in the small dragonfly, and I punched that in the basic gray. I also stamped the Happy For You in the basic gray on the white, and I just was going to pop that up. Okay. So we will take in, you know what, I think I'm going to add the Happy For You first, because then I know where to put everything else. So let me find my scissors here. I am just going to, let's see, I think I found my small dimensionals here. I did. My mini dimensionals. So I'm going to add that on here. And if you have to add some other ones, then you have to just cut them. But I think for the most part, they'll fit on here. And I probably need to snip just for, let's see, I'll have to go back to my big ones here. There's some small little pieces here. There. I think that's all we need on here. Just gonna pull the backs off. Yeah, I like this. I'm so ready for spring that I think that's why it's hard to pick dark colors right now. I'm gonna put one more right there. Let's see, I don't know if I can get just a small one there without it showing. And it is a little. Just gonna snip that off. There we go. Get that off my scissors. I kind of have one pair of scissors that I probably snip everything and things that we shouldn't be. And get the dimension off me. There we go. Okay, so let's just stick that about there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to get out my glue dots. And it's kind of funny because I'm just going to add a glue dot to each of these. And then just kind of layer them a little bit. Oops. Make sure you get it the way you want it before you add your glue dot, because you think you'll be able to twist it and it just goes back to how it was in the first place. But I don't know what I did with my little 1/2 inch punch. I might have even sold it, I don't know. But I'm just kind of trying to get that a little bit off. Okay. But so what I did is I punched out another one, another in the gray, because I wanted a little center thing. And I just snipped off these little petals the best you can to give me my little center. So then you don't even have to dig for your punch, but Just try to get it. Although if you had a little 1/2 inch punch, it would be perfect. So, but I'm just kind of trying to clean it up a little bit, but it got me what I wanted done. So, okay, let's clean this up. And I'm just going to add that with a glue dot, and I'm doing an embellishment on top. So, if it's not perfect, it'll be just fine. Not too bad. All right, so I am going to add that with a dimensional. So it probably should have, I know if I go to tear that off, it's not going to stay. Okay, so look at a dimensional here. It's right smack in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to add some flowers, but what I'm going to do is snip these bottoms off. And you can either add them with the glue dots, or I'm just going to put a touch of glue on here. I am planning a day retreat up in the thumb, hopefully May 14th if everything works out okay. I snipped that one quite a bit because I want to put that down right there on the bottom. So, and I actually don't even put glue on my top leaves. I just kind of do it on the bottom ones. So let's kind of pick up my little daisy petal and kind of tuck it under there. Since you got the dimensional on there, you can do that. And then I just did one little one. Oh, that's kind of pretty. One of the leaves is sticking through there. I don't know if you can see that. Oops, right there. Guess if I didn't want it to, I could. I don't know, I kind of like it like that. All right. Yeah, I can't remember if it was last week. I don't know. But anyways, Todd had said that he heard the birds just sing in the one day. And I thought, I wasn't paying attention. But they were this morning. They were just chirping. So hopefully spring is close. Okay, I'm just going to put that there. Okay, so I don't need the rest of these. All right, so now I have, let's see, these are the iridescent rhinestones. So I'm going to do a bigger one in the center here to kind of cover up my little circle. And then I added just a few. I don't know if you can see. I added some of the small ones to the dragonfly. Oops. Could just add one or the two, it doesn't matter. I added two. And then, let's see, I added kind of a medium one. Oops, I got a couple there. Let's see if I can get one there. And one over here. And then I'm going to add a couple of the big ones. Big or medium? Maybe I'll do the medium. Okay, so I got one here. Try to put an odd number on whatever. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Must have used 8. Or 9, I guess I used 9 probably. But I guess it doesn't matter that much. So I'm going to put that one there. Okay? But you can add just a couple or whatever you want to do. No right or wrong. Okay, so happy for you. So let's see what other little saying we can get. Let's see. Happy for you. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to stamp so smart, so fun, so sweet, and so wonderful. And then I'm going to stamp happy birthday under it. Okay, so we'll go up a little higher with that one. I think inside I stamped You're So Fabulous, and you could do, you know, that and then take in stamp your happy birthday if you wanted to. What do you guys think? Which one do you think is better? I know which one I got for the last card. That's perfect. Maybe I will do that. You are fabulous. Happy birthday. You know what? I think that'll work. We'll save that one for a different card. It says you really are fabulous. And I'm doing this in the basic gray. And then I'm just going to, let's see. Sometimes I like to stamp things there, but happy birthday. I like that. I like that a lot. I could easily stamp that in the other card too. Okay. So we will just take and add this with a little glue. But I have got there. This is one of my favorite colors, so I just love it. It's a little different purple than, you know, the Highland Heather, and kind of springy. Okay, there is our second card. What do you guys think? Different, but I like it. You know what? I think I like this one better with just the little bit of gray. And then, you know, you can finish it in the gray. So sometimes there's a reason things happen, right? Okay, there's the second card. Now the third card is fun, but I did something a little bit different. So I'm going to kind of tell you that as we go along. This is the Poppy Parade and Pool Party, and this is where I use the tulips on. I still use the happy birthday. You are fabulous, but I'm going to change that. And see how this works? You can actually put money in here. Or if you want to do a gift card, which is, I guess you could fit it in that way. But then I would maybe glue a little bit more of this down. As you can see, for money, you need it wider. You could probably still glue a little bit more. But if you just want to do the gift card, I think I would probably actually, you know, put it in there or measure it and then glue the rest down. Just so it's not so sloppy, or you could stick it in that way. Either way, okay? So we'll just put that in there for now. And so, yep, the Pool Party and the Poppy Parade are the two colors I use. But what I noticed, I gotta show you. I used okay, let me see. I find it here. I wanted to use these dies, okay? So I used this one on this card. So, but I did try this one out, and I have to show you. I started working on this card, but I didn't like how this turned out, and this is too wide to put through the big shot. And I tried folding it over, but it left a mark in there, so that wasn't good. So what I figured out is to make this paper longer, you know, bigger, so then you can bring it down more and it kind of covers it out. But I thought this was kind of cute. And then I also tried this one, and I remember I was saying how I like this paper, but I didn't like how that turned out. I don't know what it is, but I was just doing a basic card. But maybe I shouldn't have put the green or something behind it, but I did go a little bit wider. So just to kind of show you some things that we kind of make mistakes in, and then hopefully you don't. So what I'm going to do is keep this one out. And I got the paper right here, because I cut one but not the other, so I just wanted to show you. So what I have here, this piece of paper is the Poppy Parade, and it is actually 8.5 by 8.5. So either, doesn't matter what side, but score one side at 2.5, or I'm sorry, I take that back, at 2 inches and 5.5. Okay, so you're 2 inches and 5.5 is where you score it. 8 by 8 sheet of paper. I want to tell you the wrong measurements. So, okay. And then, because I was thinking this would be a great, you know, you could do graduation cards like this if you wanted to. Or Mother's Day or anything, I guess. Okay, so you want to crease it pretty good. Got like, looks like a little chunk of glue. I'm just gonna grab a drink of coffee here. Oh, I see it's trying to snow. It was really sunny here before, but okay, so let's start with the top. I had cut this on this card. Let me think a minute. I got this 3 inches by 8.25. Now on this card I cut it 8 inches by 2 3/4. So I went a little bit longer. So when I do this, and I'll layer it, but this piece is your 2 3/4 by 8. So it's a little bit shorter. So I'm going to show you kind of how to put this down when I ran it through, okay? I kind of had it, on this one I went right to the bottom, and I think I'm going to do that with this one too, okay? But when I did this one will be in here, and instead of running it on the bottom like this, I flipped it over, had it even. Now you gotta, I had the bottom or the top even, but I kept your sides kind of equal, okay? Hi, Carol. So then I took and just went just like that, and then when you get done cutting it, you can just add it, and then it gives you that nice border, and it's even, because if you cut each one separate, it would be pretty hard to make sure that they're even, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. Let me show you what I do. Boy, do I need new plates, huh? So I got that even here, and I'm just going to kind of center that, and I'm just going to put it right to the bottom the best I can. And I got my little things here, my little post-it things, because once you run this through, it kind of lifts a little bit. So let's see, I may have to put a couple on here, but it'll hold it in place nice. And you can use just regular little, you know, sticky notes or whatever. But I think the best, see, that's not staying, but a post-it note's a little bit bigger, so it might stay better, but I'm going to put one, oops, got the whole row here, right there. I still want one on the bottom on this. Okay. Just so it won't move. All right. These things are great. Or like I said, a post-it note. So then I'm going to just make sure that should be long enough. I'm going to sandwich it like that. Make sure nothing moves. But you want to make sure my paper is, yeah, of course I moved it, right? That's what I was trying to put, but I moved everything. Hold on a minute. Gotta line this back up, just so that bottom is lined up. I mean, if it moves a little, it's probably fine, but okay, I'm gonna sandwich that. Yeah, I don't know why that keeps moving on me. Alright, I'm kind of anal when it comes to this, so I gotta have it even. You know what? I'm going to put that, let's see if I can stick that there. Thank you, Carol, for sharing. I really appreciate that. It's nice to see new people joining and watching, and okay, I'm going to carefully add that. I think we're good. So if you had the Post-it notes, it would probably be a little bit easier because they're bigger. Alrighty. I love the tulip paper. I think that was what I was going to use for my retreat. So for the main thing. Okay, so we're just going to take this off carefully. Okay, so it gives you this. Let me get rid of this too. All right. And then when you put this on, see how it kind of lines up nice and even. So that's what we're going to do. So just remember, when you do this one for the inside here, it goes the opposite way. And I'm hoping when I do this, there's not so much of the red showing. So I'm going to go ahead and I think what I'm going to do first is put on the pool party so I can kind of see how I want that. Just going to glue that good. There was something sticky on my plate when I ran this through. Oh, I know there's glue in here. If not, I have another one. Maybe I gotta get the other one out. I usually put them in a thing upside down so they're... And if this one feels any better. Hang on, guys. Up here, this feels like a full one. Oh, it's a brand new one. How do you like that? This should be good. What do you guys like using? Do you use adhesive or do you use glue on your cards? I use both. I guess it just depends. I don't know why I didn't put some there. Oops. I'm just going to open that up so I can see what I'm doing here. Make sure it's not too big. And hopefully I'm even, but if not, it's fine too. I think that's pretty good. Oop, look at that. I got glue on squirting out here. Okay. Now I have sticky fingers. I think that will be good. Is this paper pretty too? I was looking at that. This was the last card I put together, and it's kind of driving me crazy because I wasn't getting what I wanted. And I was going to do my little gift card holder different, but found that worked the best. Okay, so with this, I'm going to take, and you can use tear tape, the Seal Plus, and you don't have to be too careful because as you've seen, or you know, make sure it's just on the edge. As you've seen, there is the room for the money. I mean, you can see how far it goes here, so you could actually do a good 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, just gotta hold it down for a second because I got glue. And so that piece, the top piece, when I cut it out, the pool party, was 3 inches by 8 1/4, or 8 3/8. I'm sorry. Did I do the 8 1/4? Yeah, I probably did do the 8 1/4. So 3 inches by 8 1/4, and then 2 3/4 by 8 inches for that. Okay. So on this, I did the pool party was 2 inches by 8 1/4, and then this designer paper was 1 3/4 by 8 inches. So then that gives you the you know, wait, it's not staying closed for me. The cut that you want to hopefully fit on there better. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing here. Take that should be good. Just kind of so it fits in here nice. Yeah, see, I like that better because you see a little bit of the poppy parade, but not so much. Like, I felt like this was almost a little too much, but I guess not. I mean, it's pretty. So, and then just a little glue here. Hopefully you guys will make some of these cards, and if you do, please share them. We'd like to see them. There. Isn't that pretty? I think it's pretty. All right. So that's basically your little gift card holder there. Now, a couple of things. I didn't do a belly band, but a belly band would be perfect with using this as well. Then you could just slide it over, but you wouldn't be able to do your happy birthday like that, or you'd have to make sure it goes that way. And then I have embellishments, but I think that'd be really cool with a belly band as well. Okay, so I am still going to do the happy birthday, but here I wrote "You are fabulous," okay, but I got something else for that. And let's see, let me close my glue. I have that says, it says, "No amount of money could ever show how much I love you, but here's some anyway." I thought that was cute. So I'm going to go ahead and change this out. And we are going to stamp in the Poppy Parade. And then I got to do the tulips too. So let's see here. I just thought that was cute. That was actually kind of perfect. So we will go up a little bit higher there. I think that's even. And I got stuff all over. Okay, but here's some anyways. What kid would not like that? Let's see if I can get this even. Not too bad. It's a little going down, but they won't care. As long as you put money in it, right? So that will be on. This is the pool party. For this is 3 inches by 8 1/4. Let me make sure that that fits, because I'm sure it will. Might be have to change it a little bit. I may take off just a smidget, so maybe 2 7/8. I'm going to change it on my notes. So I'd go 2 7/8 by 8 1/4. So let me grab my trimmer real quick. Sorry about that. I was thinking, oh, it'll be fine, but the other piece I had cut, so let me just trim that a tad. So we will go 2 7/8. And let me just see with the white here. While I got my trimmer out, I think that should fit fine. Yep. So the white that I stamped on is 2 3/4 by 8. Okay. If you want these measurements, I can always type them in after or whatever, but I try to correct myself if I'm not telling you the right measurement, so you can go back and listen. Okay. How cool is that? I just love this one. I don't know why. I had tried, like I said, I tried the hearts and I don't know. Then I was looking through my designer paper and the tulips just kind of popped out at me. Oh goodness, I got something there. Although, if you go to mail this card, I kind of think it will probably cost you more. So let's see what I got here. Thought I had this even. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's that. And you also could tie, and I don't have it out, but if I had my pool party, I could actually tie that underneath. Darn. Wish I had that out here. I don't have it. I put it away already. But that would be really cool just to tie this. And then you could, so you either could use a belly band or the ribbon. And if I put the ribbon in, I would actually put it around now and then seal it with this. But they could untie it from the top or the bottom. So that would be really cute. I should have probably done that. But what I have is I'm using the layering circle dies. So I got the Pool Party, the Poppy Parade, and then I'm going to stamp I have just a tulip with the leaves. Nothing special, but since we got the tulip theme, so I'm using the Poppy Parade, and it's almost like a two-step stamping. So what I did is I stamped this up a little higher, and then the one that goes in the center, and it goes perfect right there. So I inked it and stamped off once, and you can line it up. Not bad. And if it's not perfect, no one's gonna know. I'm gonna do the happy birthday while I got the Poppy Parade out. Okay, not too bad. All right, and the only other thing I got to stamp is the, we need a stem and some leaves. Okay, I'm just gonna put the stem on there. So you're gonna wanna have your scrap paper because of course it's a little longer than that. Now I'm going to put the leaf. And what I did is, I guess it's kind of lazy, I just did one leaf there and kind of just a little light. And then I just flipped it over to do the other leaf. And I just kind of finished, not that you can really see a little background because it's going to be covered with the ribbon anyways, but thanks, Donna, for sharing too. That's Pear Pizzazz. Okay, so we will go ahead. I got a lot of stamps out here. Let me get rid of this. Okay, get our cards here. So I'm going to just, see, I got an extra one in case I messed up. I'm going to just glue this. And I did pop it up. So that would have been perfect to put that Pool Party ribbon there to hold it closed. I was thinking I had belly band on my mind, but the ribbon would have been really pretty. And I have like a little triple bow here I tied. So let me see. I'm going to just put this back, and my dimensionals are here. So because this is kind of, it's not like you got to really worry too much where you're putting this, because it kind of fits right in your paper. Sometimes, like if there was like, you know, some of that cut off, like I really wish I could have done this and ran that through with that stitching and stuff, but like I said, it's just a little too big. So if you did some different card and you could do that, I think that would be really cool. Yep, I can put the measurements down, Donna. That's fine. Sometimes if you're trying to write them off, you know, write them down at the time. That's why I do sometimes like to just kind of go over them back again if you are, but it's nice to just have them. Okay, I'm just going to kind of put that right in the center like that. Which is your favorite cards, guys? Which one do you like the best? I'm going to put the glue that there. And this is the Pool Party ribbon, I think, that is in the big book. So it's, I don't know if it's the only Pool Party we have, but I really like it. Okay. Okay, the other question is, last night, I was working on this card because it was driving me nuts last night, but I was actually going to do happy birthday there, but I wasn't sure if I'd like that. Do you guys just like the happy birthday right there? Or that's I kind of think I didn't want to, I'll just show you here. Let's see, I'm just going to trim this. I actually just trimmed that on an angle. Let's see if I can do that. Yes, they would be perfect for graduation cards. Absolutely. I did that on an angle instead of kind of straight with the Y. I just trimmed it down a touch. Let me get my bigger scissors. Okay, and I'm going to trim this down because I don't want it covering up the designer paper too much. Since it took me forever to pick the one that I wanted out. Yeah, I thought, you know, in graduation cards, you're going to be there giving it to them for the most part. So, okay. Now my little heater kicked back on. Okay, so, oops, get the right card here. Do you like what I noticed? I mean, I guess either one's fine. Now that I look at this, I don't mind it so bad, but either one is fine. So you could go a 1/4 inch shorter if you like more the red showing the Poppy Parade. Okay, so I am going to pop my happy birthday up. Yeah, and like if you did a card like this for graduation, just say with you know, the designer paper showing that you really like, you don't even have to put anything on the outside. You could just add it. I guess let's go down maybe a tad bit more. Guess it'd help if I got it even too. All right. I'll put that together more. And then I added a few of the, this is the polished dots, a few of these embellishments to it. You almost don't even really need it because you barely see them, but you know what, I think I'll add one here instead of so much on the paper. But I got a couple of the small ones. This is more like the pinkish ones, so okay, a small one and one big one. Now, if you are mailing this, I would, well, I guess it really doesn't matter because you got the bow, but you can just do a single bow. So it wouldn't matter, but you know, just if you did that ribbon underneath there, it would slide right there with the dimensionals. They'd hold it in place. I think that's great. That is really, I wish I would have done that. But I definitely like this one. No amount of money could ever show how much I love you. But here's some anyways. Cute, cute, cute. So, all right. Yeah, there you go. See, and like I said, if you do the gift card, I would just kind of glue it a little bit further in. So, okay. And you could, I wouldn't put a half circle. I know most of the time I do, but yeah, I definitely would. And then if you do that, if you want the gift card to be like this I would cut down just a tad, okay? Then it would, you know, stand up too. All right. So what I was going to tell you is and I had just ordered mine. I don't know why. I have been like kind of busy doing other things, but the Waves of the Ocean. Now this is available March 1st through May 2nd. I think this is adorable. I cannot wait to get it. The blue foil paper, oh my gosh. So, and actually for the whole collection, it's $79.25. I don't think that's bad. You get the paper, the foil, the embellishments, the stamp set, and the dies. So good deal. That goes till May 2nd. Now here is the bundle. The savings are in the bloom, so you can get the Big Shot for, or not the Big Shot, the mini emboss, cut and emboss machine for $48. So this is for 40, the all squared away bundle. So I'm not sure what the normal price says, $50. I'm assuming the 50 is with the 10%. So you're actually saving like 30%. So if you're a demo, it's even a greater deal. So I guess I didn't read everything. I should probably be reading this before, but it's kind of nice that Stampin' Up! Also gave us the pictures instead of just numbers. I don't know. Sometimes when you gotta look things up, it's just too difficult. But I did send an email out on this, so hopefully you got it. But check it out because it's some great savings. I mean, some of it, like the sunflower, I love that. So, and the peach one. I had just actually ordered this before Christmas because what I really wanted to do with the What's Cooking bundle is, you know how the cutting board, good, I'm glad you got it, Carol. The cutting board, I was thinking of finding the right size cutting board and tracing it, and like the cardboard on the back of our designer paper that's a little heavier. It came like more with the foil, and cutting that out, and then like making kind of a little scrapbook with the cutting board and putting my favorite recipes on it so I can give it to my daughters and they can hang it on the wall and, you know, flip, you know, mom's chocolate chip cookies or whatever, Grandma Agee cookies. They'll have the recipe because they don't want like my cookbooks that are, you know, all written up, torn, whatever. You know, those are the good ones, right? But I wanted to do that with this set. I just thought that'd be so cute. And, you know, even for my son, hopefully, you know, when he gets married someday, he can have some of our favorite recipes with the family and, you know, stuff. And hopefully his wife is a good cook. So I don't know. I think they'd be fun. And a lot of these I do have already, so I'm not going to order them again, but I really think it's an awesome deal. And this goes only till March 31st. So if you want it, and I'm not sure, like, supplies last, I don't know. They have a bunch of kits, and it's kind of first come, first serve. When they're done, they're done. So, you know, the other thing is, like I said, with the kits, for somebody who doesn't have a lot of supplies, those are perfect. You go on there and see if there's anything you like. I know I'm going to get a couple. I got a couple of scrapbooking weekends coming up, and sometimes you just kind of get like where you need a little break, and a kit is nice because everything's there. So it makes life easy. But anywho, so I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. I will post the full pictures, and then I will add the measurements. I will probably just go with this one, the colors, so because I really like that. And there's that. So thanks you guys for joining me. Probably went over a little longer than I normally do, but these kind of took a little longer, and I ran the stuff through the Big Shot. So, but let me know if there's anything that you need to know or want to know or whatever. And we'll go from there. But I will see you next Wednesday at 10 o'clock again. And I'm not sure what bundle I'm going to be working with, but I got quite a few yet that I haven't even touched, so I want to get working on them. And also, I don't know, I hope you guys are enjoying my little tips and whatever. Some of them are better than the others. But Friday, I have I think, awesome 5-minute Friday card. So do watch for that. It's really cool. And I know it may take maybe a couple minutes longer than 5 minutes, but it's awesome. And it's going to be like a graduation card. I may have to redo it though to make it the gift card thing, but either way, it doesn't matter. You know, you putting it in an envelope, but it's really cool. So look forward to that, and I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week and take care. Bye-bye.